Modern India is a massive, complex nation defined by rapid development and deep democratic roots. Transitioning from colonial rule to a functional state required a specific kind of architect, one capable of drafting a comprehensive industrial and educational blueprint. The physical evidence of this vision is staggering. Across the country, monumental infrastructure efforts, like sprawling hydroelectric dams, were erected to power millions of homes and drive new industries. This development strategy integrated physical infrastructure with institutional growth. The state established new scientific research centers, filling laboratories with young students tasked with designing the country's technological future. This modernization was largely engineered by a man born miles away from the struggles of the average worker. On November 14, 1889, Jawaharlal Nehru arrived in a world of extreme comfort in Allahabad. His family possessed immense wealth. His father, Motilal Nehru, was one of the most successful and prominent lawyers in the city, providing an insulated, aristocratic environment. This raises an immediate question. When a child is raised almost entirely behind estate walls, shielded from the daily economic realities of his own country, how does he eventually develop a drive to dismantle the colonial system? Three traits emerged early: a sharp intelligence, a profound curiosity, and a relentless work ethic. These became the primary tools he would use to engage with a world far larger than the grounds of his family estate. His early learning happened entirely at home. Tutors came and went, delivering a structured education strictly within the boundaries of the family estate. He absorbed the material quickly, and soon enough his intellectual appetite demanded more than the standard lessons could offer, pushing past what colonial Allahabad had available. This map illustrates the sheer distance of his next step. Sending sons abroad was standard practice for the Indian elite, but for a young Nehru, crossing the globe to study in England was a massive cultural leap, necessary to feed his growing intellect. Leaving the only home he knew acted as a catalyst. It forced the sheltered boy to adapt, accelerating his development into a globally minded thinker. Arriving in early 20th century England, he was immersed in Western modernity. The bustling streets and heavy industrialization presented a stark contrast to his quiet upbringing. Here, he committed to a demanding academic path. He immersed himself in the strict, logic-driven mechanics of British law. The rigorous coursework paid off. He successfully graduated, completing his transformation into a polished, formally trained barrister. Learning this specific profession was strategic. By mastering British law, he gained a precise, functional understanding of the very legal systems the empire used to govern and control his home country. England served as a crucible. The years there refined his childhood curiosity into a sharp, highly strategic intellect capable of navigating and eventually challenging an empire. After graduation, he faced a clear choice. He could easily remain in England, leveraging his family wealth and new degree to live comfortably, or he could return to a colonized India. He chose to go back. Packing up his life in the UK, he returned to Allahabad to officially begin his legal practice. He arrived home carrying a unique duality. He now possessed the highly analytical mind of a Western-trained lawyer, yet he retained the deep empathy of the curious boy who had left years prior. Practicing law locally finally broke the last barriers of his aristocratic shelter. Taking on cases brought him face to face with the daily struggles of ordinary farmers, laborers, and working-class citizens fighting against an unjust system. This rare combination, a personal empathy for the poor, paired with elite legal training, made him the perfect strategic ally for the philosophical force already mobilizing the masses towards independence. That young barrister would ultimately lead those masses, guiding the nation through independence to become India's first prime minister. Nehru's elite Western education and social privilege provided the specific analytical toolkit required to draft the structural foundations of a modern